What's been important to us at the Lighthouse in the beginning is really representing and supporting the individuals that we look after as candidates. And we interview over 5,000 people a year here, and when we work with people we really get to know what it is they most need. So if it's the first CEO position they're doing, if it's a big global CRO position they're doing, let's say for the first time and they're stepping up and in, we know that they may need some media training. They may want to slightly look at what they're doing with their wardrobe. They may want to kind of look at what they're doing from a public perception point of view. They may decide that actually they need some additional coaching. They may need to go and do some psychotherapy. They may decide that they want to have a little look at how they're really coming across as a leader. So our role really was to connect them as a neutral influence, if you like, with individuals, practitioners, experts that we've come across in our lifetime, to help them work with them one-on-one and individually outside of the Lighthouse Towers, to be certain that they're getting the support they need to be the very best they can be in the new roles that we're placing them into. One of the products we specifically set up within our suite of tools is Going Live, and that's specifically for people who maybe haven't interviewed for quite some time. They may have been leading their own firm as an entrepreneur, they may have been leading a corporate firm for quite some time or worked their way up through an organisation, so they haven't had to interview for quite some time. And what we find is often they keep coming second or they keep coming last because they're not used to how they need to perform in a competitive situation to get the role that they now really want. They have too much assumption that people may know lots about them, and sometimes they don't, particularly if the move is quite lateral. There are 3 parts to that process. We begin with working with a coach individually to help the individual understand what's their story, what's their personal narrative, what's the beginning and middle of end of who they are and what they do, what are they bringing, what is the company buying, and a coach will work with them to help them through ensuring that that's an individual story they can bring to life. We then send the individual to a wonderful company who work with us called Blade & Moore, run by a guy that used to be a journalist for the FT, who has never met this individual, but will film them on camera 3 times being interviewed for the role in particular that they're interested in. We brief the individual. It gives them a chance to see visually how they come across in the room. It gives them a chance to practice the narrative that the coach has been working with them on, to see how well that lands in an interview situation, and they can rehearse that several times and make amends and different commitments to how they're going to do that going forward. And the third part of the process is they then have the interview for real with the hiring company, and then together with the coach and Lighthouse, we can help them understand how did they come across, what did they land that was different. And our experience has been when individuals have done that, from sort of a first interview to a second interview, the hiring client has said, I really noticed a difference in how they presented themselves the second time around, and more often than not they go on to get that job.